Today, we're diving into the world of economics with a topic that sounds way more intense than it actually is: trade wars. Don't worry, no actual wars are involved. Imagine two friends, let's call them Annie and Bob. They love trading snacks. Annie bakes amazing cookies, and Bob makes the best lemonade in town. They're both happy because they get to enjoy something they don't make themselves. Now imagine Annie gets grumpy and puts a cookie tax on Bob's lemonade. Bob retaliates with a lemonade tax on Annie's cookies. That, my friends, is a trade war. Essentially, a trade war is when countries try to hurt each other's businesses by making it more expensive to buy products from each other. They do this by slapping on something called tariffs, which are basically taxes on imports. This makes the imported goods more expensive, encouraging people to buy local. Sounds messy, right? It definitely can be. Let's look at some real-world examples to understand this better. One recent example is the trade war between the United States and China, which started in 2018. The US, under the Trump administration, imposed tariffs on billions of dollars worth of Chinese goods, and China retaliated with tariffs of their own on US products. Think soybeans, cars, electronics, you name it, it got hit with a tariff. This back and forth went on for a while, increasing prices for consumers and businesses in both countries. The reasons behind this trade war were complex, involving things like trade deficits, intellectual property rights, and national security concerns. It was like a big, complicated puzzle with no easy solutions. The US-China trade war eventually cooled down, but it highlighted how interconnected our world is and how trade wars can have far-reaching consequences. Now let's rewind the clock a bit further to talk about the banana wars. No, we're not talking about a food fight gone wrong, but a series of trade disputes in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. These disputes mainly involved the United States and several Latin American countries that were major banana producers. The US, looking out for its own economic interests, imposed tariffs and other trade barriers on bananas from these countries, favoring its own banana companies operating in the region. This led to political instability, economic turmoil, and even military interventions in some Latin American countries, earning the conflict its catchy name, the Banana Wars. While not a traditional war in the sense of armed conflict, it showed how trade disputes could spill over into other areas, impacting international relations and having long-lasting consequences. So why should we care about trade wars? Well, for starters, they affect all of us as consumers. Remember Annie and Bob? Their trade war meant no more affordable cookies and lemonade. Similarly, trade wars in the real world can lead to higher prices for everything from clothes and electronics to food and cars. Trade wars can also hurt businesses, leading to job losses and economic slowdowns. They can create uncertainty in the global market, making it harder for businesses to plan for the future. Understanding trade wars is important because it helps us make informed decisions as citizens and consumers. By learning about the complexities of international trade and the potential consequences of protectionist policies, we can engage in more informed discussions and advocate for policies that promote fair trade and global cooperation. That's it for this episode of Crash Course Economics. Remember, trade wars might sound like something out of a history book, but they're still relevant today, impacting our daily lives in more ways than we might realize. Until next time, stay curious.